Most people don't even realize they are stuck in a mental rut. So, what exactly is a mental rut? Let's break it down. Mental refers to your mind, your thoughts, beliefs, and how you see the world. Now, rut is like a deep track or hole you fall into when you keep doing the same thing over and over again. So, a mental rut happens when your mind is stuck, thinking the same thoughts and making the same decisions, even when they don't help you anymore. It is like being on autopilot, repeating the same old habits that are keeping you from moving forward. You wake up, go through the same routine, face the same problems, and wonder why nothing changes. But here's the truth: nothing's going to change. Not until you break the cycle. If your life feels like it is on repeat, if you are constantly hitting the same wall, you are stuck in a mental rut. And the more you stay there, the more it pulls you down. But here's what we are going to do today. We are going to not just talk about identifying the rut. You are going to experience a mental visualization that will help you finally break free from it. This isn't about positive thinking alone. This is a practical process that's going to shift you. Stay with me till the end because I know you don't want to miss it. It could change everything for you. Let me give you another example for what is a mental rut. It is like a car stuck in the mud. The more you press the gas, the accelerator pedal, the more the tires spin, but you are not moving forward. In fact, the harder you push, the deeper you sink. It is the same with your mind. You are trying to push forward in life, but because you are running on outdated mental programs, you are just sinking deeper into the rut. The more you repeat the same behaviors and thoughts, the harder it becomes to break free. Have you ever felt like you were pushing and pushing, but still not moving forward? Drop a comment if you have experienced this. Sharing it can help you realize you are not alone, and it is the first step towards getting unstuck. And here's a hard truth: 90% of people are living their lives on autopilot. They go through the motions, reacting to life instead of creating it. And the worst part, they don't even know it. They think they are doing everything they can, but they are stuck because they are running on old programming. Look at your life right now. If you are facing the same problems in your career, in your relationships, in your finances, it is because you are thinking the same thoughts and doing the same things. You can't expect a different result if you are not willing to change the way you operate. Let's be brutally honest. If you are still stuck, it is because you have chosen to stay there. You have chosen comfort over growth. You are holding on to the same excuses, the same limiting beliefs, and they are chaining you to the past. The longer you stay in that comfort zone, the more your potential fades. You are not stuck because the world is against you. You are stuck because your mind is. This is the harsh truth. Your mind is repeating the same old patterns and it is sabotaging your progress. If you want something different, you have got to face it. So here's what I want you to do. Type out the area where you feel stuck, whether it's your career, relationships, health, or something else. The moment you type it out, You are bringing those hidden patterns into the light where you can start to deal with them. Write it in the comments and let's start there. Take a moment and type out where you are feeling stuck, whether it's your career, relationships, or health. Calling it out is a powerful step towards change. Drop it in the comments and let's begin dealing with it together. There's a psychological concept called the shadow. Carl Jung spoke about it. Now, this isn't the shadow you see in the sunlight. It is the part of your mind where you bury all the things you don't want to face. Your fears, doubts, and insecurities. The shadow is where you hide the parts of yourself you don't like to acknowledge. But just because you bury them doesn't mean they disappear. Your shadow could be running your life. All the things you have buried, your fear of failure, your fear of rejection, fear of success, the belief that you are not good enough, they are controlling everything you do. And here's the thing. Until you confront those shadows, they will keep sabotaging you from the background. Think about it. How many times have you avoided an opportunity, not because you weren't capable, but because deep down you didn't believe you deserved it? That's your shadow at work. It's pulling the strings and you don't even realize it. Here's a fact. Most people will never confront their shadows. It is easier to stay stuck and blame external circumstances than to look inside and admit that you are the one holding yourself back. But if you have had enough of that, if you are ready to actually change something, drop a comment below. Tell me one fear or limiting belief you have been holding on to. And the moment you type it out, you are bringing it from the shadows into the light. Share one fear or limiting belief in the comments that you have been holding on to. Just writing it out is incredibly powerful. It takes it from the shadows and brings it into the light where you can start to deal with it. Once you bring it out of the dark, you can finally deal with it. That's where real change starts. Not by pretending everything's fine, but by acknowledging what's been holding you back. Your subconscious mind doesn't care what's true. It just repeats the patterns you have been feeding it. If you have been telling yourself you're not good enough, that is what your subconscious mind will believe. If you have been replaying the same story of failure, that's the life you will create. Reprogramming your subconscious is the only way to break the cycle. But most people never do this. They live their entire lives stuck in the same mental rut. Here's another truth. The thoughts you feed yourself today will create your life tomorrow. If you don't change those thoughts, your life stays the same. It is that simple. Visualization, affirmations, rewriting your story, these are not optional. These are the tools that will change your reality. Each of these techniques works best when used together. Visualizing your future self helps create a clear vision. Affirmations reinforce that vision, and rewriting your story aligns your actions with that vision. By combining these methods, you create a powerful synergy that reprograms your mind more effectively. And here's another brutal reality. Most people watching this will not take action. They will nod along, agree with everything or at least with something, and go right back to their old patterns. Don't be like most people. If you are serious about breaking free from this mental rut, start now. Think of a limiting belief you have been holding on to, like, I'm not good enough. I will never succeed. Or I don't deserve happiness. Now flip it. Think of the opposite. An empowering belief that gives you strength instead of holding you back. For example, I am good enough. I am succeeding. Or I deserve happiness. Type these empowering beliefs in the comments and make a commitment to live by them. Because if you don't take action, nothing else will change. This is your wake up call. Stop waiting for something outside of you to change. You are the only one who can reprogram your mind and rewrite your story. Change doesn't happen because you want it. Change happens because you decide to act differently every single day. You need to reprogram your mind like your life depends on it. Because it does. Start by rewriting the narrative you have been telling yourself. Visualize your future self. See it clearly and feed your mind new thoughts that align with that vision. This isn't a someday practice. This is what you do right now. And to help you take your journey a little deeper and come out of your mental rut, I have created a visualization technique called the mental reset visualization. And for more in-depth and deeper transformation, I suggest that you go through my session on shadow work, which you can access by clicking on the link in the description. Now let's go through my mental reset visualization.